Welcome back. We are on to chapter 10, talking about new products, new offerings, as we say. So let's look at some of the new product categories we might go into. There's new to the world products, meaning that no one's ever seen them before. They're innovative. No one in the industry, they're not an existing product. It's brand new, something unique about it. There's new to the firm products. Perhaps let's say that people have been doing cell phones for the last 3 or 4 decades, and suddenly your company that does television sets wants to get into the telephone business as well. So it's new to the firm, it's new to you. There's additions to existing product lines, right? That we're going to say, hey, look, we have Diet Coke Cherry, Diet Coke, whatever. Now we're going to do Diet Coke Banana and Diet Coke avocado, whatever it may be. And then improvements, revisions to existing products, new and improved, tied with more tied, that kind of thing. And reposition products, where perhaps something, the example that always comes up is Arm & Hammer. Baking soda used to be for whatever you would use baking soda for. I don't really know. And then they realized it would also eliminate odor. So they started to put baking soda in the refrigerator. You open a can or a box and put it in there, and it would get rid of the smell. Then they realized baking soda is also good to put out fires. It's good in toothpaste. It's good in deodorant. So, repositioning it to be Arm & Hammer toothpaste, Arm & Hammer, whatever it may be, using the same baking soda. So how do we create a new product? Well, I've been very fortunate to do this a lot of times. I've created the product of the year in sports memorabilia on multiple levels. I've done new shows, new stuff like that. So the most important thing you need to come up with is you're figuring out what the problem is. It's important to use the idea generation, right? The first thing you want to do, you got to come up with an idea. You got to come up with a concept. It could be as simple as an improvement, like we talked about, or it could be completely new. Hey, this has never been done before. Once we create our idea or have the idea generation, then we go to screening and evaluation. And the screening and evaluation is basically exactly what it says, right? Let's see, is this viable? Does this work? Does this solve the problem or the need of the consumer? Let's figure out if it's feasible or doable. Then we develop it, test it, right? Build your prototype, create a marketing strategy, and say, now that we know we have this product, let's work on it. Stage 4 tends to be a parallel between building out the technical plan and then also building out the marketing plan on, it's not just we built something, but how are we going to communicate it and to whom? Putting together the business analysis. If we do all this thing, do we have the ability to do it, right? Do we have the ability to go forward and actually produce this thing, and what do the costs look like in the factories? Then we get to the actual fun stuff. Now we're actually doing we used to call it an MVP, minimum viable product. What's the prototype we can come out with? What's the least amount we can come out with a working prototype, so the consumer or the test market or whomever says, yeah, this is something I'm interested in, or perhaps there's kinks in it. A lot of times with technology, they go out with a beta. Beta testing basically says, we're kind of live, but we're not really. And early adopters love to provide feedback. They love to find bugs. They love to find glitches. They love to be a hero and say, hey, EA Sports, there's a glitch when my player does X, Y, Z. It's not necessarily a black eye on the product because you're so early in the phase. People actually wear it as a badge of honor when they're able to kind of make those adjustments or what have you. So as we develop the prototype, we want to make sure that it's something that we can evolve or keep enhancing till we get to the right one. Testing it out, like we said, we're out in the market to a limited space. They might do a rollout. They may go into certain markets. McDonald's is notorious for saying, we want to test the god-awful McRib, but rather than poison everybody in America, we're just going to go out in the big beef eater states. So maybe we'll roll it out in Texas and Oklahoma and see how well it does. So we'll test it in those markets. And then if those guys don't die, we'll figure out, maybe we roll it out wide, that kind of thing as well. The commercialization, boom, full scale, we are out. We are going everywhere. And then we evaluate the results. Is our product doing well? There's a lot of metrics used to evaluate new products. We want to look at things like, the R&D as a percentage of sales. The things we use to evaluate new products. How much money do we spend researching this product, developing this product? What's our current year percentage of sales? Well, so far we're doing okay, but this is made up more than half of our sales or less than half of our sales. The time to value, how much do we put into it to what we're getting back? Product adoption rate, how often are people getting it? Are we able to turn it over? Can we sell more of these units? Are we ahead of schedule? And then, of course, your ROI. We spent $100 million trying to develop this product. We sure as heck better make $100 million in 1 cent, or maybe it's not such a good idea. The new product factors to succeed. Here's a fun little thing that you can find in your book. We want to develop unique benefits for the user, right? How do we deliver on those? How do we say, look, this is why our product is different. There's something that you want that you've never been satisfied or it's not been out there. How do we deliver a unique benefit? We want to talk about planning before development. It's not just, hey, let's work on prototypes. Who are we going after? What is the purpose? How big do we want to get? What do the budgets look like? What's the technology look like? What's the time frame look like? It's the old measure twice and cut once. Technology, obviously, it's always a variable in everything we're doing moving forward on both the production side, the technology side, the creation side, and of course the marketing side as well. The marketing synergy and quality buys into that on that end as well. Do we have a plan? If we come up with this really cool widget, but we don't do a very good job of communicating it, we're probably not going to have a good result. So the synergy between marketing and technology is huge. And then attractiveness, right? What is the appeal? Is it a lucrative market? Is there a way to really drive this thing? Because at the end of the day, as much as companies want to help people, companies like to help their bottom line and their shareholders more than anybody else. So let's talk about the stages of the adoption process. This is how a consumer will find a new product in the 5 stages. And think about a product that you may have purchased recently. It may not be a brand new product, but it's new to you. It's not new to the world, it's new to the firm, and you're the firm. So think about how your mind would operate when you go through product awareness. First, I got to know the products out there. Hey, I saw a guy wearing a cool pair of shoes, or I just saw an ad on Instagram for something. I'm kind of interested. I'm going to do a little bit of homework on it and kind of figure out, okay, let me learn more about what this product is. Well, now I need to evaluate it. Do I really want to buy it? Well, based on the products, I did my research, and the one I saw in the ad is still better than the 3 other ones I looked up. So based on all these, I'm going to go with this product. I try it. I like it. I don't like it. It works out. If it doesn't work out, I'm gone. I write a bad Yelp review and I'm never seen again. If I do like it, I adopt it. And that's literally the adoption process right there in a 5-step. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about new offers and how we go from soup to nuts and what the market environment looks like. Pretty easy chapter. Combining 9 and 10 makes a lot of sense in this. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.